Hi everyone. It's so nice to have you here. I just unloaded the bisque kiln, just came from unloading it. And Jamie! Oh my god, Elizabeth! Oh, so good to see you guys. How's it going? I'm very exciting. So exciting. Oh, thanks for the rose, Elizabeth. Susan! Oh my god, yes way. I literally just finished giving every single piece a sponge bath. And I was like, I'm buzzing with excitement. And I thought, we need to look at this together. I'm like too excited. Thank you. Jamie, you are. It is such a treat to see you. I am like beyond good. Let me get some water. My throat's a little sore. I'm having maybe that seasonal, I don't know if it's like allergies or not. I've been opening my windows in my house every day as much as I can. Guys, this kiln is so pretty. What do you want to look at first? We have so many things. There's so many things to look at. Is anybody like super interested in anything they've seen me make for the Patreon kiln or the autumn collection? I have both those out. I also have the doorknobs fired. I'm happy to start anywhere. We can also just jump in with flat things. Sometimes that's a good place to start. We don't know where to go. Soap dishes. Okay, so, oh my god, Elizabeth, let me show you this. This came in the mail. We had been talking about, what's this company called? Flamingo Estate. I got 2 of their gorgeous, big, huge, chunky soaps so I could do some beautiful photography when those fire. It smells so good. Even before I opened the box, I was like, what? But I'm saving the real open so I can do a nice ASMR package opening with the soap video. But oh my god, it smells real nice. So that's a total treat. Yeah. Sean recommended those. I think he wanted to get like the tomato and carrot. All of their soaps look so good. Okay, let's look at the soap dishes first. Pardon my super dry skin. I can't put lotion on right now while the clay is just sucking all the moisture out of me. And if I put lotion on, it's gonna act like a wax resist. So I apologize. I'm gonna put lotion on once I end the stream, but my hands do need lotion. They'll get it. Oh, Sherry! Yay for a sneaky one. Hi! What day is it even at all? Anyways, all I know how to say is happy Sunday. Okay, let's move this up, and I'm gonna get my standing mat. And I thought maybe I could make a video and post it on Patreon. And then I thought, oh my god. Okay, soap dishes, brand new. Let me move some of these gorgeous tall mugs a little bit out of the way. Don't bonk those. Brand new product I made 4. Let's take a look. I also got some beautiful new underglazes. So happy Sunday, everyone. It's my Sunday stream. I'm also only doing this one and not the tubes of you. So I'm so sorry for a tube of viewers, but I will post this up to Patreon after so everyone can see it. Okay, I got a new pink. Hi, Sarah. Oh, special weekday Sunday stream. So glad you could make it. Nice to see you. Okay, we have a fairy seahorse. See the lovely wings. You're off next Sunday too. Yay! Thanks, Elizabeth. I have a couple of pinks in this kiln. My favorite pink, the Cinderella pink, which actually looks kind of peachy until, oh no, Sarah, oh my God. Until it fires to that gorgeous icy pink. It looks more like that. And then this one, I have no idea how this is gonna fire. We're gonna have to find out together on September whatever. Super straightforward about my dates. I don't know. I've got it all posted in the welcome note. I have to look to see it. And it's so pretty. I can't wait. I can't wait to glaze it. I can't wait to see it fired and finished. I made all of these soap dishes on porcelain, so they're going to have a beautiful brightness to all the glazes and underglazes. It's going to be ridiculous. They're nice. They're cool. I like them. Okay, so that's the fairy seahorse. Then let's go. Hi guys, hi Liana, hi Lightning. Oh my God, lightning bolts. You're so sweet. Thanks for that post about your treats. I really appreciated that. Liana, welcome in. Hi Miss, nice to see you. Let's see, so this is the Kraken. What a cutie, look at this. I can do a little bit of sculptural work in the dish. I'm not too scared that it will break in transit. It's not too delicate and sticking above, so it's such a nice, like, I don't know, it's, I don't know what to say. You're so sweet. Thanks, Lightning. Thank you, Miss. So I've been really satisfied with this kind of, I don't know, next step of getting a little sculptural, but yet sticking with keeping it kind of flat as well and functional, a functional sculptural item. It's really beautiful to me. I can't wait to paint this. It's got the little drainage holes for the water. Okay, let's keep looking at our soap dishes. And then we've got the lily pad with the okay, so these are lily pads with a little petal and a lotus, and then there's like these beautiful little jelly spirits, like little water spirits, like cellular water spirits. And then there's a little fish that I'll get to paint. Hi Eunice. Oh, thanks Sarah. Nice to see you, Eunice. Hope you feel better, Sarah. Isn't that pretty? This is a couple of different underglazes mixed together, so that'll be really exciting to see how that comes out. And I like the idea of working with soap, also because soap's going to change every single time you use it and break down. So I wanted there to be a place for breaking soaps in my soap dishes. I think they'll look like little gems. I'm hoping they look like the most exquisite gems ever. And then this one, it's a soap dish. Yeah, see there's the little drainage holes for the water, and then the sculptural raised elements are what hold the soap in whatever stage. This one, I did a little orange under the blue, so you can see the orange sneaking through. This is the Patagonian mermaid. I can't tell if it's my favorite or not. I kind of go back and forth between having favorites with the soap dishes. Yeah. This is a Patagonian mermaid called a sampal. I'll do story time on Patreon with this one. They sometimes snatch human men and take them to live underwater with them, but they feel real bad, so they bring fish back to the village in return. So this is the mermaid, like, coming with all the fish as an apology. Isn't that great? I really love it. So this potentially could be my favorite soap dish. Whenever it catches my eye, it kind of catches my breath. Okay, that's this. I only did 4. Oh, thank you, Sherry. I'm just trying out 4. We'll see how they go. They're super special. Oh, I'm so excited for this drop. Okay, want to look at the trinket plates next? I'm going to move the soap dishes out of the way so they don't get harmed. Give me just a minute. And I love that porcelain. It is so, thank you so much, Elizabeth. It is, check out, I just keep loving this one. It's so sweet. It's like a fairy seahorse. Ooh, I love it. All right, let's put these off to the side. And then there's a couple pieces that I've decided to just keep as a surprise. And then a couple things I might add to the kiln depending on how much time I have. So I won't show you those. I might show you on Patreon later, depending on how much this time this actually takes up to make. Okay, so then, yeah, trinket plates. Oh, I should post about my poll for the Patreon since we're doing the Patreon kiln. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, there's the poll. This is the kiln we're looking at, is this kiln for my Patreon. The link's in my bio. I do 4 collections a year, and this is our mythical creatures and mermaids collection. Okay, then I've got a trinket plate. This is that Cinderella pink, so it's going to be an icy ballet, beautiful, really light pink when it finishes firing. This is on the frost porcelain, so it's also going to look bright white like this when it's done. The soap dish porcelains are the Canadian porcelain with the sand. So they'll be this toned. Oh, thanks for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Hi, Lore. Did you get your pendants, Lore? Okay, so we've got a little bunny eating strawberries with little fairy wings. It's a fairy bunny. You've been in Tampa. Oh, I'm so glad. Oh, thanks for the likes, everyone. Thank you, thank you. Oh my gosh, hope your Tampa stay goes so well. Tampa's got some great birds. They have like really good plant and bird community, I feel like. Oh, thanks, Liana. Hi, Courtney. Oh, good to see you. So we've got some blueberries. I was talking about how the tubes of you have found out my, I didn't know, they helped me find out that I really like watching little bunnies eat fruit. Is this algorithm happening to anyone else? It's an hour north of you. Yeah, you have some really great birds. Elizabeth. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I didn't know it was so close to you. Yeah. Yes. We've got, okay, little plump blueberries. There's the blueberry vine coming up, more blueberries, and there's little strawberries all around, and leaves and blueberries. This one's super pretty. So far, all of the frost porcelain, which are like super sensitive, haven't cracked. I haven't found any cracks in this kiln, so I'm really excited about that because it's such a delicate clay to work with. Okay, let's look at another one. This one's very unfinished. I might leave this as a surprise. I'll show you quickly. I just have a lot more work in a different way to do it, but I did do a hunky mer guy, but he's very unfinished, so I won't really show you him. We're not gonna look at him too much. I won't give away what the plans are for that. Okay, then let's move some of these beautiful pieces over here. Oh my God, Elizabeth, I have to show you the showstopper with a bird on it. Have you guys seen that one? The Portlandia episode? I put a bird on it. That's old. It's old. It's been out for a while. I feel like it's when Etsy kind of was happening. All right. So this one also, yes, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That one landed so heavy because I think I had just started, like maybe many people, like trying to have an Etsy shop when that one came out. I laughed so hard. It like still makes me giggle. Okay, I decided to do a creation mermaid. Look at her. She's making all the beautiful stars. This glowing orb. If you guys haven't seen it, it's pretty good. The Portlandia episode put a bird on it. She's got this glowing orb of like energy, maybe divinity. Maybe that's a good way to say it. There's also more will be happening on this particular piece, but I love her bodice, like this kind of corset going into the tail with like coral clouds up in the heavens. So this is also that beautiful porcelain. And this underglaze I don't use that much. It's like, I don't know if this is one of the new ones or if this is that underglaze for the blue-green bracket, like the big vase. That I think that was the only thing I ever used it for. Oh, thanks everyone. Jeez. Thanks. Thanks for answering the poll. If anyone has any questions about my Patreon or how to join it, that's the collection I'm showing. I do 4 Patreon collections a year. So we're looking at the collection that's going to drop September 30th on my Patreon. It's password protected, so I drop the password to my patrons, and then they shop, and then we do a live together afterwards, so we can all kind of look at the pieces and hang out. Jackie! Hi! Aw, good to see you. Okay, this one is so hard to see. There's so much going on and it's upside down, but it is a seamstress. It's a spider seamstress. She's a ballerina, so she's dancing and weaving pumpkins and candy corns. She has a little veil on since she's a bit of a demon, and she's got her little hairpin and her buttons on her spider legs for her boots. And then the threads wrapped up into all her legs as she's doing her beautiful weaving dance. Right, I know. The rainbow colors that came out real pretty, but we'll have to see what the final firing looks like. Thanks, Liana. Aw, that's so sweet of you. Okay, so those are the trinket trays I'm showing. Let me put those away. And maybe should we look at incense burners next? Came out quite nice. Let me just scoot this here. Make a little space so I can kind of move things over here after we've looked at them. Okay. All right. It's a perfect shade. Oh, thanks, Jackie. Oh, thank you. Let me get my water. We'll look at the autumn collection all together, so I won't look at that trinket plate over there right now. I think first we're just going to go through all the Patreon pieces I'm showing. Okay, so these are autumn. That's autumn. These came out very beautiful. These are double wide incense holders. They are also a new product, like the soap dishes. You can put 2 incense sticks in there. You could also put a cone. They will be affected by fire, so it'll be a piece that gets used. So wherever your fire is going to touch the pottery, it will kind of scorch and interact. So expect some usage or especially around here. And if you do put a cone, expect some usage around there. Hi, midnight. Hi. I mean, or you could just use it as a sushi tray and be like, I don't know what the holes are. So I don't know why. And just pretend. Or use it for whatever you want, but it is an incense. And look at how flat they came out. Oh my God. And look, I couldn't stop staring at this. It's going to be that pretty, pretty light pink. It came out so good. Look at that drawing. I feel like someone printed this drawing out of a computer and slapped it on, but they didn't. I drew it by hand. I did it. I made it. Isn't that great? I'm so proud. It's going to be so pretty. This is a hippocampus. It's a mythical creature. It could also be a mermaid. I don't know. This one kind of goes, there's a couple that go in between like the themes, which I love. I love that last time too, like having the reading dragon or like the book, the library with the hive of bee dragons, like finding elements that go into both themes is really delightfully fun. Thanks, Unis. So it also really looks like it's underwater, doesn't it? With its hair and everything. Okay, that one came out, and they're very big, as you can see, because those are my large mugs. So they're pretty big. They're bigger than a large mug. I'm real happy with that. Okay, let's look at the rainbow crow. Whoa. Bye, Elizabeth. Oh my God, thanks for stopping in. I hope you have a nice rest of your evening. So the rainbow crows are up in my channel, and I think I actually left some up on my website so you can see what they end up looking like since they get all rainbow colored with flames. That's a legend from the Lenape people. Is that right? I have to go look it up again. But all these are porcelain. Yee. They also kind of feel like chocolate bars. So good. Turquoise. This is that turquoise blue, that blue boy blue. That's what that's going to look like with all the rainbow colors. Exquisite. Then I have a mythical creature I just made up. I wanted a beautiful swan serpent. So I have this gorgeous swan, fire flaming bird with talons and hearts, and then it ends in a serpent's body, which it does seem like there are some mythical creatures like this, so I pulled from one of the names. Thank you, right? I was thinking of doing a phoenix, but I was like, oh my God, phoenixes are so overdone. I can't even draw it. Like, I'm so bored already. I can't do it. But I wanted some flame bird. So this is our not phoenix. Yeah, I got nothing against phoenixes, but I couldn't do it. So pretty, right? We have a snake bird, a flaming snake bird. And then we have our last incense holder, and this one's so big. They're all the same price, but this one was like extra wide and so nice and flat. Look at this. I'm getting my flat work done. This is our flower hat jelly mermaid. This is Sitara's blue, so it's going to be that deep, beautiful dark blue with all the lovely little floating flower hat jellies and some gems and oh my God, starfish, a lot of frill, a lot of jelly frill. I feel like she's a princess, but I haven't asked. This one's gonna be so good. Okay, so that's the incense holders. Let's move these out of the way very carefully. And is there anything anyone else wants to see next? Any other pieces that you're like, oh my God, can we look at that one, Ruth? I've been waiting to see this piece. There's so many you want. Is there any, should we look at, well, I'm not gonna, let's see. I'm not gonna show a lot of the coasters. There's so much work that needs to be, Sarah, you made it! Oh my God, yay! We're looking at the kiln, Sarah. I'm gonna post this on Patreon too, so whatever you missed, you'll get to see back. How are you today? Hi. Okay, I'll show you 2 coasters. Oh, that sounds great. Oh my God. Beth, what? It's been so long. Oh my God. Oh, Sarah, I'm doing so good. Chels, hi. So nice to see you. How are you? Oh my God, Beth. How is life going? Fill me in. I know, right? Oh my God, I'll show you the mug that is kind of going with this one. Okay, I guess we're going to jump into large mugs. Hi, Billy. Thank you for the heart. Check. Okay, so I've got this little candy corn with a very plump pumpkin with some nice vinage, which is the same underglaze as our seahorse and our beautiful mermaid witch. Check her out. Doesn't she look so good? I sponge bath every single piece. You have to when you take things out of the kiln. So if you see little bits of sponge, they're still just slightly damp too. Good evening. Work is so busy. Okay. Isn't that so pretty? She's kind of like a little bit of a vintage goth witch vibe, I would say. Sea witch, sea enchantress. And look at that beautiful seahorse tail with all the pumpkins. And this is the red clay. So, okay, and then I did a regular pumpkin, which I thought would be really pretty. I think this is orange. It's always so hard to tell. Thank you so much, Somaya. Okay, those are those. Then, let's do the rest of the big mugs. All right, so we just showed that one. All of these are my next Patreon collection. So I sell these. I sell 4 exclusive functional pottery drops a year to my patrons. It's kind of a new platform. I started it 6 months ago, so this is our second drop. The first one was the Dragons and the Book Lovers. It was awesome. This one, I think, is looking really, really good. I like it a lot. Very excited about it. So if you want to join, the link's in my bio. It's just, or you could just type Ruth Irving into Patreon, but it's my main platform, so you get lots of stuff. There's a welcome note and like a little bio thing you can check out, but I put my lives up there. I have my clay content in process. If I'm going to do things, I'll probably do it over there. I do a little behind the scenes chatting. There's some like storytelling, ASMR tapping, kind of whatever I feel like, whatever I'm moved and inspired by, the content to surround the lines that are dropping. The lines are the meat of the Patreon, and then the content kind of fills in around it. Thanks, Sarah. That's so sweet of you. Ooh. And it's just $5 a month. I think there's like 80 lives in the library now and hours of like process work and stuff. So it's a pretty beefy Patreon, even for just starting in March. Go us. We're doing so good. Thanks to our new patrons. Yay. I'll post a little poll up in the corner to tell you a little bit more about it. But also, if you are like, I don't like Patreon, I don't like platforms, I don't want a password, I don't want to buy any special collection, I also have a website where I post, the pieces behind me are just on the public website, ruthirving.com, and there's a section over there that's functional ceramics. That's also my link tree. So if you're like, no, that's too complicated, I have beautiful handmade one-of-a-kind pieces for sale on my website as well. They're not going to be a part of the Patreon themes, but they're lovely and special and one-of-a-kind, and I make them. I paint them. I fire them. I love them. They're food safe. If it's not food safe, it'll tell you. Like, this one has glass in it, so it's not food safe. Okay, let's look at more Patreon pieces. Then we'll move into the next public job. Okay, we've got a fairy dressed up for Halloween. She's a princess and she's magical and she's got candy corns everywhere. And that tall hat, Sarah, that you mentioned that I forgot, or this part, but it's also called a veil. Then she's got a little lacy bow with her masquerade mask for her outfit and her wings and her lovely dress and her super long hair. And all those wonderful candy corns. Yee. This is also red clay. Okay, let's put that back there. That's this one. And this one. We have a rainbow crow mug, so a turquoise. That's going to be phenomenal. These look so good, like so good. I was very happy to do a few more. You can check out what that looks like on my website. And then we've got, this is going to be really hard to see. It is Cinderella pink on porcelain, and it's hard to tell, but there's a little alchemist witch. She's a mermaid. It's a mermaid mythical creatures kiln theme. So she's got her witch's hat and her little ears with her hearts. And that's her dress. And she's stirring the pot. This is the pot. There's her tail. She's got sea lion familiars, and there's kelp and fish and a really pretty perimeter with like little shells. There's so much going on, and it's going to be really hard to see this one until it comes out of the kiln. And then this is her lab in the back. You can see lots of stuff going on. Ingredients at the top, little eels, some bottles, little crab. The little bubbles that burst when the crab's sneaking the potion away turn into little baby sea turtles when they pop. There's a treasure chest of things that, well, are very important ingredients. They could cause very huge disasters if ill-used. There's some squid, some coral, some beakers of like chemistry experiments in the making. There's a couple of lionfish, little octopus. There's a little octopus helper because there is a big octopus helper right here. You can see the tentacles. So that's its little, maybe it's a little kid with some scissors coming to help too. Wants to be helpful. It wants to be a part. This one is really, really pretty. So, yeah. Okay, then let's look at the Naga Prince Perfumer. This one's gonna have the most magical underglaze. Look at this. It looks like a vintage swirl of magic that we're looking through like some glass. This is gonna be really striking. Oh, Sarah. There's so much going on here. There's a little kitty getting into some stuff. This is another like lab environment with ingredients. So many ingredients I think I went through and named every ingredient I had on the mug on one of the Patreon posts. Thanks, Sarah. There's a little glass beaker. There's so much. Oh my goodness. Thank you. So sweet. This one also has those frames I've been digging and all the ingredients. And then bottle heaven. Look at all those perfume bottles. Ooh. So pretty. So pretty. There's so many. I cannot wait to paint them and to paint. Oh, thank you. And also to paint the little perfume levels on the insides. Oh my God. I can't wait. I love layers. I love layering things. Layering liquids inside glass. Can't wait. Right, Sherry? They're like nuts. I was looking up also like the first perfume bottles and stuff, and so I have a couple of these Egyptian perfume bottles that you can see those. If you Google that, you'll see those too. And then just a whole bunch of other bottles. I was looking to see, what do perfume bottles look like? And basically they can look like anything, I think. I don't know, Sarah. I might be wrong. But I felt like as long as you had a couple things down, they could be really creative. It's kind of amazing. And like the different ways you can use them, if you have like yeah, they literally can be any vessel. You have like maybe like the little kind where you put it on you, or like the spray, or like that atomizer, the puffy things. They could have tassels, no tassels, glass, or like the modern ones that have the spray on the top. Maybe that works like an atomizer. You know what? I'm gonna back up. I'm backing up. I don't know. But that was really fun to make. Mythical creature. He's checking out his newest perfume. He's like, He's giving it the eye, you know? He's like scrutinizing it with an incredible amount of skill. Thank you, Sarah. Checking his work out. Oh, this one's going to look really good. It was a pleasure to even give it a sponge bath. Giving these pieces sponge baths are like very time consuming. It's one of those elements that go into making ceramics that you don't know about unless you see a video, or maybe you are a ceramicist. But the sponge bath is extremely important because I don't want the glaze to roll off or there to be debris that the glazes stick to and then pop off from the kiln. So everything gets a sponge bath. But the wonderful thing about the sponge bath is I spend time with each piece looking over it and touching it. And when all the fine dust from the bisque kiln is washed off, it feels like a brand new baby. Like it feels like it's like, hi, I was just born. And it's so clean and it feels so good. And it's like beautiful to me. I really love them. So this one, when it got all free of all of its dust and it was like finally in its true form, I was like, what? Oh my God. You do, Sarah. Thank you. Oh my gosh. That means a lot. Thanks. Oh my goodness. I totally believe it. I love it. This one's just going to be too pretty. Like too much. It's a hydra. So it's another water monster. It's not a mermaid, but it is a water monster. So depending on, I put merfolk. Depends on how far you want to stretch the folk part. Merfolk. Could be hydra. Or it could be in the mythical creatures. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the 7th one is making sure no one's coming up from behind. And then I love this whole body with the leg. It looks perfect to me. And I did that texture I've been really enjoying, with a lot of bling and beautiful things to color in and spikes. And then lots of flames, and I put roses up at the top. There was that Zemigori neck that I was such a surprise how beautiful and fluid the piece was, and there was roses all over it. And I didn't want to recreate it. Like, I wanted to carry it on into the next piece. So I really loved how the glaze and the roses interact in the top. It was so pretty. I decided to carry that over and see how that looks this time. Okay, and there's like a lot more going on this piece. So at the roses, I felt like would have been a bit competitive with the flames and the heads and all the stuff happening. Okay, there's that one. Bye. Oh, I did another Kraken. Do I need to turn my big light on? Can you guys see okay? It's getting really dark in the studio, but if the light's good for you, I'll leave it. Just let me know. Okay, I did another Kraken. This is gonna have that same like super pretty vintage, looks good. Okay. Vintage kind of purpley wash that the prints will have. It's the same underglaze and it's going to be nice and kind of splotchy. Oh, good. Okay, thanks. This one is so good. I think, oh, good. Thanks, Billy. I feel like the Krakens are going to be the secret superheroes. This actually, there's a mug I'm going to show you after we finish the large ones that is kind of blowing my mind. I didn't know it was going to be quite this elegant or subtle or beautiful. I really like it, so I'll show that one first of the medium ones. But we've got so much. We've got, I think that's foxglove. Pardon me. And then there's like tulips. This is a little box, a flower box. We have a gardening kraken. It's a lighthouse keeper with a little spade and a plant. And all of these pieces I'm showing are for sale. And they're all going in my Patreon, my next Patreon collection. So if you're signed up for my Patreon, you'll get the password and you'll get to shop everything. There's hydrangeas. There's little birds eating some bread. And then there's a little tiny bird on one of the tentacles. They're having a little moment. Look at those tentacles, aren't they so good? Ooh! One of the tentacles is in soil, which I feel like that would be where I would want to put. I'd be like, yes, let's put some hands in the soil. Let's get a little grounded. Soil smells really good. Okay, then we've got the back garden. There's a rose arbor, some birds in a bird bath, a little hill, and then there's the ocean. It feels salty. Like I feel the salt in the wind looking at this. There's some more hippocampuses up there. There's sun coming through the clouds. One of those kind of days. Lots of grass and flowers and stones. There's some rocks with the waves. There's a little boat. It looks safe right now. Looks good. Yeah, it's good. I like it. I like it when that happens at the beach. I mean, I like it when it happens anywhere, but I think because I grew up in Florida, I'm quite partial to seeing the sun over the water, like just like that, with like an epic, undisturbed amount of distance, visually. Then we've got the Kraken's home, the little lighthouse. This one's beautiful, beautiful. It's like a little masterpiece. I love it. And then there's a soap dish too. A Kraken soap dish. Okay, then I think I have to turn the light on because now it's getting really dark for me. So in 3, 2, 1, boom. Oh, thanks, Sarah. Okay, now let's do, I think this is the last large mug I'm going to show. There's some more, but I'm going to keep them hidden for the time to see what I'm able to do with them. This is the fire dragon. Have just jumped into the flame. Basically, all those flames I was making for the fireplaces. This is going to be like a flame mug. I'm very excited to see what it looks like. I feel like this is a new perspective for me and a new kind of like thematical mug idea. Having a huge dragon in the midst of flames in front and behind. So let's see how that turns out. I'm really excited about it. It might be really beautiful, or it could be very confusing. And people could be like, I don't know. I can't see a dragon. Oh, well, I'll like it. Okay, let's move on to the large medium mugs. They are very wide. So they're just a little bit shorter than the large mugs, but they're kind of super big on the... It's hard to get this in here, but they're super roundy. Like extra. Thanks for the follow. Welcome in. Okay. Oh wait. I was going to show a different mug. Oh well. I'll do that later. This is the Bram Stoker's Dracula inspired mug. Thanks, Sarah. It's a little bit of a new shape, but I really love them. They're just super, super good. It's a nice size. Big and wide. They're perfect. There's a dragon. They're having a little cookie Halloween party, basically. There's one of those little walking wiggly trays with a hot cocoa. There's a little ham of cocoa. They're eating cookies, drinking cocoa. The witch is coming. Thanks, Jamie. There's the little werewolf is wagging his tail as he eats a cookie. There's some pumpkins around the border and a little mouse. There's tons of stuff. Then we've got hot cocoa with mugs with designs, a KitchenAid, and then we have Dracula baking cookies. There is the graveyard scene right there. A little bonesy guy and the ghosty and the witch and the werewolf. Some trees and vultures and ravens. So there's the oven and like little candy corns on the cookies. And then Mina is wearing her famous red dress. And there's marshmallows, and she's reading the hot cocoa instructions with her spoon. And she's good. She's making the cocos. And they also have little candy corns on them. Little pumpkins. A marshmallow bag. Some memorabilia on the fridge. Thank you. And then we've got some cookies. Okay, so this is I want to say this is a new pink. I don't know what it's going to look like. We're trying it out together. Thanks, Sherry. I'm really happy with this one. I felt like I got to really get in there and get Halloween. Like this one is there's definitely Halloween pieces that go into the kiln, the mythical mermaid creatures. But this felt like I was really not shying away from this having Halloween fall themed. So there's a lot of good orange, flamey oranges, Halloweenies. Okay. I have two beautiful masterpieces that are in progress. I'm going to show you. I won't spend too long on them because I don't want to talk too much about them. I was keeping them a secret till now. There's other ones I'll keep a secret, but I did some beautiful ballerina ghosts that are dancing, and I'll just show you them at the stage they're at right now. I like them already. I really like them. So that's one, and then there's one with a pair of dancing ghosty friends. This one came out really pretty with all their luscious frills. I know, right? I really like these. I really, really like these. This is my kind of Halloween look. And I'll show you them when they get developed, but I made 2 coasters to go with them as well. We won't talk too much about what's going on with that line, but I'll show you for just a second so you can have an idea. Okay, let's move those over to the side. Still kind of a special treat. Oh, okay. I think now we've done all of the large mugs, all of the large mediums that I'm going to show. And we'll put this one here because it's so pretty. Now let's look at the regular medium mug. I'm going to move some of these out of the way. Move the flaming dragon out of the way and our little Naga snake perfumer. Okay, I think I can. It seems like it's a good enough space. Ooh, thanks for asking, Christy. Oh my God. Okay, so they're going to be for sale September 30th. This is a Patreon drop. I have a Patreon. I don't know if you're familiar with that. Just let me know if you have any questions about anything I'm going to say. So I have a Patreon platform, and I drop 4 times a year special limited collections. So this is one of those collections I'm showing everybody, the bisque pieces for the Patreon. It's just $5 a month. I drop the password, and then you get lots of other treats. You also get to know when my public pieces go up on my website before anyone else does. I let my patrons know first. But the link is in the bio. I'll be dropping the password September 30th. So as long as people are signed up to Patreon anytime up to September 30th, you'll get the password. You go to my website, you put the password in, and then all of the listings for all these pieces are for sale. And it's just first come, first serve. Whoever buys it first gets it. That's how the Patreon drops work. And you can sign up. Oh, perfect. Okay. And let me know if you have any questions at all. And you can sign up to the Patreon through the link in my bio. If you go into my link tree, I have one big link tree, and it's the second link in. The first one's the coloring book. The second one's the Patreon. Oh, I'm so glad. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And Christy, I've got a welcome note, and it lists the prices. If it's a new product, I'll have a tentative price by it. But I have all the prices listed and all the dates of all the events around the kiln. So we do like, I'll pull it out of the kiln. I'll show all my subscribers. I'll post the video to Patreon. You can see all the pieces like a day or two before the shop drops. I drop the shop, and then we do a Patreon only live a couple hours after the shop password is dropped. So we look through all the pieces together again. So if you have any questions on, if you wanted to add a piece and you are questioning what the shipping cost will be, or just so it's fun and we look at all the pieces together, to solve any problems. That's typically how the shop drops have been going. And then I'm totally accessible, so just let me know if you have questions or anything else. Okay. And we have one more Patreon shop before the end of the year. We're doing our Christmas theme shop, which will be every single piece will be Christmas themed. That is the theme. It's going to be holiday, packed with holiday stuff. All Christmas holiday themes for the last Patreon shop. Okay, let's look at the media mugs. I'll show you my favorite media mug I was talking about that is like so sublime. I just am like, what? It's so good. It's Lorelei, who I wasn't even gonna do. Do you like Christmas? I can't wait to paint Christmas lights. I want to paint Christmas lights. I want to paint villages with lights all over them. I want to paint unicorns covered in Christmas lights. I want to paint everything with Christmas. I can't wait. I'm trying to calm down and focus on this kiln too. I may even do my doorknobs, the new doorknobs I've been making, the really pretty ones. I may do some Christmas doorknobs. How cool would that be? Potentially. Yes, Sherry, the next Patreon kiln after this one, the December 9th shop drop is all Christmas. If it's not Christmas, it's getting kicked out of the kiln. It'll go in the public. The public, I don't think will have any Christmas stuff at all. It's just going to have like my bees and cell life and like maybe some of those beautiful mini mountain vases. No, all Christmas is going to Patreon. I know. I'm going to do a couple planners. I'll do some soap dishes. We'll have some mugs. The mugs, I think what I'm going to do for the mugs is make really, really big, decadent, ginormous, huge Christmas trees on like supersized large mugs. And they'll be themed. I'll do lots of different types of Christmas tree themes, maybe from all around the world, but that's kind of what I've been leaning towards. I keep getting really excited about it. And how pretty would that be? Oh, thank you. Oh, thanks, Christy. Yeah, it's going to be good. We're going to start building that in October. After I drop this shop, we're just going to start in on the next one. Oh, you're saving up for the trees. Yeah, they're going to be so good. I actually wasn't going to put any mugs at all. It was just going to be ornaments, candles, candle holders, and planters. And then I decided to shift it up a little and add some mugs, maybe some incense holders, some soap dishes, maybe doorknobs. Yeah, that's going to be good because, well, having Christmas on everything is good. Okay, so this is the mug that came out and I was like, what? It's so pretty. Check this out. Look at the harp. It is so gorgeous. I love it. This is going to be a real stunner. I can already tell. I added this green on top of the Blue Boy Blue, the turquoise. Oh, and it's dripping in this dark red clay in a way that's going to look vintage and moody and sea-ish. It's going to be real good. I'm very excited about this one. Then we've got, so that was Lorelei the musician. We have Mezzaline with her Sky Island. We've got the rainbow. There's a few rainbows in this one. Beautiful Sky Island with all the rocks and the roots and the river and the lake and the clouds and the little flowers. And then we have our tulips and the sun, and we have Mezzaline, the daughter of a fairy and a king. Isn't it so good? She's got stars coming from her tail. She has this beautiful lace detailing on the top. Oh, Sarah, you're so kind. Thank you. Oh my gosh, what a sweet thing to say. She's reaching up for the sun. It's real good. Look at how this, I just like how the green went over white on this one. I wanted to try layering the green on things because I've been having such a weird result of green in my firing. So I thought, well, let's put it on top of stuff and make it weirder. Why not? Okay, let's do another. We're just going to do all the mediums. These are all the same price, every single one. Okay, we've got another mermaid. She's right here. Her hands. There's like little peekaboo bits in the rocks. It'll be easier to see when it's painted. There's some octopus and gems stuck on the rocks and little baby octopuses and fish and more gems, starfish. Look at those cuties. There's some pearls floating in her hair, other octopus fish, and all sorts of lovely sea life on the coral. Mackenzie, hi! Good to see you. Ooh, Mackenzie, I've got the super huge showstopper vase I was talking to you about before, with all the tiny little Mezzaline fairy butterflies with a huge floating island. It looks really good. I was afraid it was going to explode in the kiln, but it didn't. That was great. That's why I pushed the firing back a day. That and some of the newer mugs I had just carved, I think needed a little more time. Look at the little seahorses and the eel. This one's going to look beautiful. This is a combination of that dark, beautiful Satara's blue that the Hydra's painted in, or that Arajan, the Japanese water dragon, and Zemigorinik, those guys or girls. So it's got that blue. Then it has iris purple, which will shift into a little bit of a silvery. And then I mixed some of the not new, but green I used to use that I got again. So it'll be interesting to see if this comes out a little bit like Molly's Tulip Mountain Vase, but there's going to be green in it. But it's that same porcelain, the Canadian porcelain. That came out real pretty. Okay, then we've got, is this the Ennead? Or I can't remember how you say it, but it's the fox hawk creature. Thank you. I have to look it up in story time to remember its actual name, but it's a fox and a bird, like a bird of prey. Has a beautiful tail with wings and hearts. It's going to be so pretty. And then I made gardenias for the background, and it's got a bunch of different underglazes. Right. Oh, no. I really wanted a lot of color on these. There's going to be a lot of color on the mythical creatures. I really wanted them to pop. And then have that like nice luscious white petal look with the dark, dark green. Like how pretty would that be? Oh my God. Whoa. Okay. So that's that one. Then I've got, the mushroom house for the little gnomes. We have the gnomes mushroom. There's one gnome, two gnome. Oh, there's the other gnome. Right there, it's got its book. This one's a little cross, it has glasses. There's a couple of gnome houses with their friends in the background and some leaves, clouds. Lots of stuff going on in here. Their water beds have little oceans inside of them. Little windows open. There's a bookshelf. Lots of stuff. A dresser, plants, pictures. There's a perfume bottle from Arnaga. Gifted. Gifted a perfume, a fireplace. There's so much sweet stuff going on in here. Little bugs. Okay, so that's that one. And then I've got, I don't know if y'all remember, but I made these like tea party themed porcelain medium tumblers, and they came out so beautifully. I used the Amico pencil, and I did like some underglaze and sgraffito, and then I fired it, and then the next round had a bunch of the Amico pencil with the beautiful glossy underglaze detailing. So I wanted to add those into this kiln. Those were so fun to make, and they were so pretty. So I did them. So I'm going to show you the bases of what they look like before all the other fun stuff gets added. So they're incomplete, but this might help you remember those ones that had the stars with like the chocolate cake and like the cherries and all the like fun little bits of everything drawn and floating around. But the background was just the stars. That's how it started, like this. So I did just some kelp and some shells, and then I'll have to see what it looks like when I'm done. But I did white underglaze on the red clay, which always looks so good, like a gingerbread house. It's always like real nice. So I did 2 tumblers like that are red. Those will be very, very, very fun when they're done. And then I did 2 in the white, just like how the tea party ones were. These are the porcelain. There's no underglaze. There's no doubling of underglazes, how there's like white and then those. It's just those. But it came out really good. So I'm not going to really talk too much more about those because that will be a surprise. But you know they're here. Okay, I think now we can move over to the showstoppers. And then we can look at the pieces that are up for dibs. So if a piece is up for dibs, anyone can buy it right in the stream. The Patreon pieces, you have to be a patron. I'll drop the password to September 30th. And that will be so exciting. Move all these pieces out of the way. Okay, move this one. So first, let's look at the Rainbow Crow. Super large showstopper, kind of as big as the mushroom vase in the background. I think I need one of these. One of these. Hi. Oh, you're so sweet. Well, yes. Welcome to the party. I'm just going over my next Patreon collection, and then we're going to do the public one. Okay, so this is huge. How's it going? We can't really even get it in the camera. It's hard to say how extremely big it is. Okay, this is the largest size mug in the kiln. That might help give you an idea. It is so big. It's so big. It's gonna be so pretty. Thanks. It's gonna have rainbow crows all over it. So all over, rainbow crows in flames, in clouds, and sgraffito with underglaze into the, it's gonna be nuts. Yes! Oh, thanks for coming into the sneaky peek. Aww. There's 3 rainbow crows. They will be painted in colors of rainbow. Is that a color? They're going to be painted rainbow color. I think this is going to kind of blow my mind. So I'm not really too concerned about it till it comes out of the kiln because I don't even know. It's going to be one of those ones that's just like, how did that happen? I don't know. One step at a time. That's how it happened. Rainbow's your favorite color. Oh, what a good favorite color. So this is going to be your favorite color. Okay, then we've got the other showstopper of this kiln. And I did fire, I don't know if you're still here, Susan. I fired the blind dragon, but I hid him away from everybody because I'm terrified of it getting hurt. So, oh, you are? Yay! So I'm not going to show it because actually I have it like in a very separate, very safe place, and it's not here. There's too much motion going on in here, so I'm so sorry. But I think that what I'm going to do is underglaze the blind dragon and the rider in ecstasy for the December 9th kiln. I don't think they're going to fit in this one. It'll be too rushed, and I don't want to rush that piece, if that sounds good with you. So it'll get in the December kiln. We're on the same playing field with him right now. We are blind to him. Okay, that's perfect. Thank you. I feel like that'll be a better time allotment for that piece. But it came out beautifully. I have the writer, since I'm not as scared about that one. So I'll show you guys her. She looks so good. Woo! Okay, check out this beauty. Mackenzie, are you still here? Oh. Okay, this is Sky Island, which is in the coloring book. It was a coloring book page Nia suggested, and I was like, what? Having a floating island would be perfect with our fairy our fairy mermaids. Check them out. They're everywhere. They're all over the place. There's tons of little floating fairy mermaids. You're still here. Okay, good. Look at this. Isn't it so nice? It's going to be so pretty. Pink and purple. Good colors, right? Little clouds, little tiny islands, and then the big island with just like tons of stuff going on. Like so much. I can't even get into it. Thanks, Sarah. It's got this beautiful shape. It gets like so delicate. This is porcelain. It's a little bits of orange underglaze snuck into the purple and pink. I wanted it to look like it was there's a sun setting. So this is at sunset. I wanted there to be a heavy sunset feel. So I hope it comes across. It's your favorite color too. And green. Hey, Lisa. So this is really big too. You can kind of get an idea of the perspective. It's always so hard to show. And then look, a beautiful mountain in the front with more. Oh, they did. Oh, Susan, I'm so glad. Oh, good. Thank you for telling me. I hope you love them. The next thing coming to you is going to be your last from me until the pre-orders start, and that's going to be the plate and the prints. Oh, that means a lot. Thank you for saying that. Thank you. I have those new like environmentally friendly peanuts that I've been really trying to like cram in because they squish more, but I think it's fine. I think I'm working it out okay. Thanks for the lucky spray. How perfect. Thank you, Susan. I appreciate that a lot. Oh, thanks, Sarah. Yeah, we'll put a little bit of waft it up. I like it. I like everything. There's one really big fairy mermaid right here. See? Isn't she so pretty? I think I might have one other biggish one right here. But besides these two, everyone's kind of small. They're like, they're varying degrees of in the background. But I wanted a few that were nice. A few nice fairy mermaids. You could really see them. There's fairy guys too. There's fairy folk, fairy men and women. I guess that's kind of like a little bit of a medium-sized one. Those still feel smaller. Whee! How pretty, right? Can't wait to paint her. Woo! Okay, so that's nuts. Let's put that one back. I'll give you a nice close-up of all the rocks and debris and roots. There's some fairy mermaids flying up in there too. You can see them kind of hidden in the island. There's a waterfall right there. See the waterfall and some of the water's trickling through. Oh, there's a rainbow. It's good stuff. Okay, let's carefully put that back. I'm so glad this came out without issue. Those are always extremely stressful to fire. I broke one of mine once just trying to move it inside the kiln to shift things around. It's so stressful. It's a heartbreaking thing. Okay, then let's look at the Rider in Ecstasy, because this will also give you an idea of where Blind Dragon is at color-wise. Blind Dragon looks almost extremely similar with the colors and the clay type, but it's hiding. Okay, look, it looks so good. They both came out so good, both of them. I am so happy. Oh my God. Like, no problems on either of them. They are late to the party. They are fashionably late to the last kiln. They are crashing the holiday kiln party, but that's cool. Oh, it came out so good. Oh, it's so pretty. The quills came out beautiful. Look at that quill. Isn't it so pretty? Looks like magic to me. All the details. This one's gonna be just incredible. All those colors and that beautiful dark blue that shifts to that like silvery purpley purple. This is midnight themes. This is a midnight moment with our dresser with every single doorknob different, like the doorknobs I'm making now. We have our rolling ladder to get all the books on the top. A little bit of coffee or tea. A beautiful plant. One of those nice lamps. The cordy pole. And then the, like a little organizer. Like a vintage organizer. But I feel like saying vintage is questionable in this setting. Like the setting is of itself. It fits itself. And then there's the like pens and quill tips, like all the good things to write and draw with there. Then bottles of ink, more bottles of ink and other types of whatever you might need in your desk. Books. And then there's some like astrological drawings. See down here with some scrolls and little curled up bits of like, I don't like this idea paper. Unfinished thoughts that weren't quite right. More quills and ink jars, and then there's scrolls and library books and a beautiful bookcase all throughout. Me too. Wait till you see the Chase Lounge. Gets even better. And then we've got our heavy rose velvet curtains. We have a little bit of some like maybe wallpaper back there with dots. That's that inner curtain. And then here's the beautiful Chase Lounge. This is one of your dream pieces, Sarah. I know, right? We're pinning that. I want one just to go back and forth. Thank you. Thank you, Sarah. We've got our midnight sky happening. Our little kitty's like gonna grab her foot. And there's all the work that she's doing is like kind of sprawled out on the floor. And she's in a moment of like having the moment of I've got the inspiration is happening. It happened before. I'm in it and it's happening in the next moment. Those places of being. Ecstasy. Writer's ecstasy. Now here she is. And I feel like don't know if there's tons of food in this one, but there's definitely... Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, Nails, this is a part of the Patreon kiln. This is the only showstopper left in that kiln. So if you're a Patreon, you get the password and then you can buy it. It's a part of the 4 yearly collections I drop. But it's up for pre-order right now, so anybody can buy it. Oh my God, Sherry! So love it. Well, yeah, he has a Chase Lounge too, right? There's the little buttons and then the foot. It's exquisite. One of a kind. I won't ever do anything like this again. Well, who knows? I shouldn't say that, but I feel like I did it. And you know how I roll. There's other things to do. You never know. Someday I could come back to the book. Maybe in like 3 years we'll do a book one again. But it'll be like all something different. God, this line felt so good. It felt wonderful and completed when it was done. I thought, this is good. I think this was a good collection. Oh, yes! You got him right there. Thanks, Sarah. We have our fireplace. There's the food. Keeping it away from the writing. The scrolls. Donuts and some tea or coffee with some apples. There's the little pillow for our kitty on the other side with some cat toys. We got some plants and the fireplace and the hearth. More books. And roses climbing on the little, there's a trellis. Beautiful, right? So this is a part of the last Patreon collection, but it wasn't dry enough to fit in the kiln. I didn't want to. I just thought we'll just wait till it's time. Thanks, IFD. Thank you. Book club night. Let's go to her place. Grab some hot cocoa. Okay, let's put her back. I'm so glad she's fired. When they're not fired, they're in their most fragile state, and I worry about them. But now they're much tougher. Thank you, Sarah. Oh my God. I wanted to pin that too, because that was so sweet. Thank you. Let's put this one. I have a very safe spot for this one. I'm going to put it there. Okay. All right. So we are now done with the Patreon. Everything that's Patreon we looked at. So now we're going to look at the public pieces, and all the pieces I'm going to show you now are up for dibs. None of them have been bought. All of them are available. You can grab them in the stream whenever you want. And let's take a look. They're going to go on my website, probably. Well, they're going to go somewhere. They're going to go somewhere. Thanks, Sarah. Oh my gosh, you're so sweet. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, I should take a super quick break before we start this one. Okay, I'll be right back. And let's put up what link should we put next? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, how about the Patreon one, since we've just did the Patreon kiln? That answers a couple questions and talks a little bit about my Patreon, what we just looked at, what's going to be dropping. Oh, good, perfect. Okay, I'll see you in just a minute. Okay, so let's look at the dibs section of the kiln. Move these little coasters out of the way. All right, I've got a iris line. We have a beautiful trinket plate. This is porcelain. It's got some pink and purple. Came out really nice. Porcelain with sand. So we have this one. Then I have 4 incense. Little ones. I did little ones for the public count. I got my nice incense in the mail the other day, the Stockholm. Lovely. I hope everyone has some nice incense to use. You can also put the little triangles on these. Okay, let me get my coffee. These are all nice combinations of, they'll be all iris and lovely with the little dots and the glaze and the underglaze. And they're all the porcelain with sand. Hi, Jones. Nice to see you. How's the light? Pretty blue. Then this one. So pretty. Okay, that's that. Let's move this out of the way here. They're like, they feel like candy. Playing with really great candy. I don't know what, like a big square of caramel maybe? I think that's kind of what it's reminding me of. Okay, then we've got 2 candle holders. So I wanted to try a slightly different look. I really love the candle holders I made before. I will be making those, but I wanted to just see what it would look like with a softer edge. The ones I have before go up sharp and neat, and I think I will be making them like that, but I thought it might be nice to try some softer ones that look like, that are a little puckered in. These 2, I think I'm going to make them Cell Life because I have that Cell Life line that I'm doing some pieces in for the December kiln. So I'm going to be testing those out, but they're also up for dibs if somebody wants them. Okay, then I've got, oh, thanks everyone. Then I've got the 4 goddess goblets of the autumn line. Those are the iris goddess goblets. And they came out beautifully. I have a favorite, although I don't know how the underglaze is going to go. Some of these are new. This underglaze I've done before. It's very, very pretty on the red clay. This is my favorite one. I think I just really like the edge. Somehow the shape, this edge shape looks like a petal in the prettiest way possible. And when I was giving it its sponge bath, I thought, oh, that is a very beautiful mug. That is good looking. This really hits it for me. I don't know what the neon orange will look like, little sponge, but I am a fan of this. I'm a fan of everything on this one. Isn't that so pretty? This looks so perfect. So these will be done with the iris type of way. Will be done in the iris way. It'll be super, super, super pretty with little dots and glaze and underglaze. And the red comes through beautifully by itself with the underglaze. It's a really nice look when it's fired again. Thanks, I have tea. So there are those are my candle holders. I'm going to be doing those for the Christmas kiln. Okay, and then there's 2 more that I don't know how they're going to come out with the underglaze, but they are fall themed and I think they'll be just lovely. There's a nice yellow. But that's a really pretty shape too. I'm just really liking the gentle kind of petal bump that these ones have. Very, very, very pretty. I really like shaping these goddess goblets. It's a whole lot of fun. When I first started shaping them, I was thinking of all the energy of the like overflowing power and just being like, wow. It can't be contained in a mug. Wow. That was kind of how this happened because it was Easter themed and I was looking for something that hit me more. And I thought, oh yeah, all that like stuff with the goddesses and how maybe it's a good time to highlight their overwhelming capacity for destruction and beauty and everything in between. Thanks for the likes, Laura. Hence, the goddess goblets were formed out of the energy that came out of that. And I really like them, so I've been keeping them as that's a nice line. I like that. This one reminds me more of the first iris mug. Ah, so pretty. They're like these beautiful. This one's really nice. I really like that. Okay, so that's that. Those are up for dibs. Let me move these out of the way. Those are the only public fall mugs I did this time around. All the other fall mugs are in the Patreon kiln that I have this collection of 4. And why don't we look at the last pieces? Okay, we saw this, but not really. We just like thought for a minute. I've got 3 of these autumnal mini showstoppers. I mean, they're big. They're showstoppers, but they're just a little bit smaller. Pretty, right? Thanks, Sarah. These beautiful mountain scenes, mountain scenarios on porcelain. What a pretty shape. These are beautiful. I really, 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 really like these. I hope they sell really well. I'd like to make more of them. I think I'll be making more and then helping them to sell well. That's probably how I'll handle this because they're so pretty and I think they can flourish. So I feel like this is a good, they're just beautiful. They're beautiful. They're one of a kind and they're super, super fantastic. Let's look at the other ones. Hi, Taylor. Nice to see you. Okay, this is the other, it's a trilogy. There's the little one. This is the bigger one. Ooh, aren't they pretty, Jamie? I love these colors. I just mixed in a whole bunch of fall colors. There's oranges and pinks and dark oranges. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Oh my gosh, thanks for the lightning bolt. This is my autumnal collection for the public kiln. So all these pieces are up for dibs. No, I can't believe it. I mean, you never know. They might have started changing like sometime today, but I don't think they have. It's kind of hot. It's going to be like in the 80s. But I think the evenings are going to start cooling off. Isn't that pretty? Look at what happened. Woo. Yeah. What are you dealing with, like 100 or 90 something? In Tampa. This one is like way too pretty. Oh, look at that shape. It's beautiful, beautiful. It's way too hot, yeah. Okay, so that's this one, and this one. Let's get our little goddess goblets out of the way. My favorite one. And then we have one more. Okay, these two. And also it's a good time to pick up Christmas gifts because after this kiln, there's only one more kiln. And the majority of that will go to Patreon, and then some pieces will be available for the public, but I don't know how many. So it is a good, tis a good season for, tis the season for Christmas shopping. Tis the season. Let's see how much I can get done for Christmas gifts, but I'm not sure. Hopefully a lot. Okay, this is the last mini vase in the autumnal line, and it's the iris. Irises on porcelain with the fall colors. There's, I think, 4 irises, one on each, like, face. I really like this one. I really like this one a lot. There's still bits of sponge from its bath. Isn't that pretty? It's going to look like a fall leaf, changing colors with flowers. It'll be so gorgeous. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. This is that lovely porcelain from Canada. So those are each of the irises, and then it has this really nice shape to it. So those 2, that's it. That's the fall collection. Okay, and then I do have the little doorknobs for our coloring book Kickstarter. I'm making a coloring book. Yes, all hand built, all one of a kind, individual. I build and fire them myself and then create the drawings. I don't copy, I just do one at a time. Make them. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. I've got a website, the link's in my bio, and all these pieces are up for dibs, so anyone can buy them. And then we just went through the Patreon count, which the password will be dropped on September 30th. That's the Merfolk Mythical creature count. And then if anyone has any questions on how to purchase my work, or questions about the Patreon collections that I drop 4 times a year, just let me know. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Audria. Is that how you say it, Audria? Thank you so much. And now we'll get to the very last items in the kiln, in the bisque kiln I unloaded today. Okay, so I've got my first ever coloring book I'm publishing, and we're doing a Kickstarter to help fund the publishing cost. Adria, A like say. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Sarah. I'm doing a coloring book. So I make the coloring book and the streams on Sunday. I hand ink it. There's a lot of, this one I colored in with the markers. Foxes on dates. There's 20 pages, themed pages. Each page is themed different. They're lovely. I don't know if I have any pages around. Oh, I have a couple. I have the mermaid one because I was gonna, I started coloring that in too. So there's tons of beautiful pages. I have a Kickstarter. We're halfway through the time for our funding, and every single pledge is so helpful. The pledges go to the publishing costs. And I just added, and you can get to my Kickstarter through the link in my bio, or just type Ruth Irving into Kickstarter. It's The Magical Mind of Ruth Irving Hand-Drawn Coloring Book Volume 1. And we're unfortunately underfunded, but I don't think that's, I think that's probably pretty normal. It's my first Kickstarter. So we're doing great. We are doing a very good job of funding it. But I don't think we're at 50%, and we have like 20 something days left, but you never know. We could like all of a sudden blow up. But I added another really beautiful tier to the coloring book Kickstarter to help back the publishing costs, and they are limited ceramic doorknobs, and the illustrations are pulled from the world of the coloring book. So like the Fox and City one I just showed you, there's two little foxes going on a date with stars and a lake and the Loch Ness Monster and a little moon reflection, a little path. And these are going to be fully functional. They'll have the screw part on that side that you screw it into, so they'll be absolutely beautiful, one of a kind, handmade, original art doorknobs. They're porcelain. I might just keep with the porcelain. This one is from Bear Picnic, and it's a platter of animal cookies. So there's like a camel and I think a bunny. Oh, thanks, Mackenzie. Some panda bears, a snake. There's like tons of animal cookies, and then the birds carrying the tray like they are in the coloring book page. Then we have a beautiful blue bird from Elemental City. The Wind City had tons of birds in it on that page. And we've got a little baby dragon eating pie from the autumn page, the autumn market scary memory core theme. So they're lovely, and we've had 4 doorknobs ordered so far, I think 3 or 4, which is super, super exciting. So that really helped back the coloring book a lot, because the doorknobs are like exquisite and lovely little pieces. And then I went into the Kickstarter and I made every single thing an add-on. So if you got a coloring book page and you wanted to add a doorknob on, you can. Or if you want a doorknob and you wanted to add a coloring book page, you can do that. There's lots of different tiers. There's a donation tier, so you can just donate anything and just be like, Ruth, I just hope this works. I love what you do. Thank you so much. Here's $1. Go get them. And then the other tier is $10 for 10 random digital downloads, like the ones. You can see all the ones that are done on my website or on the Kickstarter. I upload the pages, or on my Patreon, I upload them in the shop there, so you can go through and see all the ones. And I need to upload Elemental City from last time. And we're working on this beautiful one, a Deep Sea Universe page, and it's beautiful. We just added a shipwreck. It's really nice. I like it. So we'll be doing that this Sunday. On my Sunday streams, we make the coloring book. And then if you want more pottery clay content, just head over to my Patreon. There's tons of it there. And it's my main platform, and you'll get the passwords to shop the collections. You can go to my website, ruthiring.com, and look at the beautiful pieces I have up for sale there. Let me see, anything else? I think that's it. Thanks everyone for coming to look at the kiln bisque unloading. If you're a subscriber, we will look at the glaze kiln together. It's a special subscriber live, just me and my TikTok subs. We look at the glaze kiln once I unload it. It'll be the pieces I just showed you, except for the ecstasy rider is not going to be in this one. And I'll see you over on Patreon this week until Sunday. I'm going to start all of my beautiful glazing and underglazing. I hope you all have a lovely night. It's such a joy to do this with you. Thanks for all your support and for loving my work. And I'll see you later. Bye, everyone.